Hi, YouTube.
The codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are.
Are you ready?
What's up, everyone? And welcome to our 29, 28?
28. The third time.
I know. Welcome to our 28th episode. We are Primos, Chidos, and it is your girl, Jules. And of course, I am here with my co-hosts, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
How you guys doing?
This is our happy New Year's Eve episode.
Mhm.
So we got some talk about the new year. But first, I want to ask you guys, how would you describe 2021 in one word? If you could describe it,
in just one word?
Yeah, in just
Damn,
one
just
word.
one word?
How would you guys describe it? And anyone in the comments, how would you guys describe 2021?
I would call it unpredictable.
Unpredictable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strange.
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 Mm.
Unpredictable, strange. And Julie, how would you describe it?
I would describe 2021 as I would feel, I don't know. I would say inspiring.
Inspiring. That's cool. Why do you say that, though?
I feel like a lot of things happened this year that have like inspired me overall. There's a lot of things that I didn't know I could do, so I feel very inspired of like what happened this year.
I get you.
So now I want to see what's gonna happen in the next few years.
Oh, I get you. For me, I called it unpredictable because it's something that I remember I was talking to Brandon about how before in my life, I always feel like I kind of guess like where things were going to go.
Mhm.
But when the pandemic happened, I remember I felt as if I couldn't look into the future as much as I could before. Like I felt like before I had a connection with my past, my present, and my future.
Mhm.
And this time it doesn't feel as strongly. It feels more uncertain, but it doesn't feel scary. To me, it's exciting. Brandon, why do you
Cool.
say it's strange?
Just because it's like a new normal. So it's kind of getting used to things again.
Oh.
I get you.
Patty with Fatty says glasses. What's going on here? He also said useless.
Damn.
Art filler.
Hey man, it's only the year can only be useless if you make it useless. You gotta make it useful, man. And what's with the glasses? What do you mean, bro? I've worn glasses every single episode. If you guys watch on YouTube, you would see that I wear glasses every episode. Go ahead, Julie.
But yeah, so there's this post that I found on Instagram that says good news from 2021. So I know 2021 and plus 2022 was it's been a crazy few years, or a couple years. So I'm gonna read to you what has happened in 2021, and it basically has like short things that happen every month. So January good news. After years of work by activists, the Keystone Pipeline permits were revoked.
Wow.
Volunteers removed more than 9,000 pounds of trash from the Tennessee River. The UK eliminated the tampon tax, a tax on period products.
Wow.
So amazing. For February, the good news was Bernie Sanders turned his inauguration meme into a sweater for charity, raising nearly $2 million.
Damn.
Illinois became the first state to end wealth-based pre-child detentions. Minneapolis banned facial recognition for police use. Beto and his team, powered by the people, made over 151,000 welfare checks calls to senior citizens in Texas in one night during the power outage.
Wow.
And then in March, the good news was Rep. Deb made history when she was sworn in as the first ever Native American to hold a cabinet position.
Wow.
The U.S. reached its goal of administering 100 million COVID vaccines in just 58 days. New Zealand unanimously passed legislation providing pay leave after a miscarriage. Um, Dr. Rachel Levine made history as she became the first openly transgender person to be confirmed to a federal office by the Senate. Virginia officially became the 23rd state in the U.S. to abolish the death penalty. April good news was New Mexico became the second state in the U.S. to ban qualified immunity. Virginia became the 16th state in the U.S. to legalize recreational cannabis. Washington state passed a bill banning all for-profit jails. And then May, new data found that the average life expectancy is rising everywhere.
Wow.
A new Alabama law passed, which allows for those with past convictions to apply to have their records impunged. I don't want to say that. And then in June, Connecticut became the first state to make all prison phone calls free. Minnesota became the first state to stop separated incarcerated mothers from their newborns. July good news is 14-year-old Zalia Avant-Garde won the Scripps Spelling Bee after correctly spelling the word Muraya.
Wow.
Every public school in California began offering free breakfast and lunch to students. The city of Charlottesville removed 2 Confederate statues after years of effort by activists.
Wow.
And then the August good news is for the first time in 40 years, the House passed the budget free of the Hine Amendment. The state of New York announced a program to forgive 125 million in student loan debt. Little Nas X used his music video for Industry Baby to raise money for the Bell Project. 95% of individuals eligible to vote in Georgia have registered. Illinois became the first state to require new literacy courses in every high school. Rep. Cori Bush spent 3 nights and 3 days camped out on the steps of the Capitol demanding an extension to the eviction moratorium, and she was successful. In September, Mexico became the first country in North America to ban cosmetic testing on animals.
Wow.
California became the first state in the country to outlaw stealing. France announced that they will offer free birth control to all women up to the age 25 beginning January 1st, 2022. And then October, the federal liberal board established that athletes at private colleges are considered employees and are eligible to unionize.
Wow.
The district attorney in Los Angeles moved to dismiss nearly 60,000 cannabis-related convictions. And
Wow.
now we're in November. And so Philadelphia became the first major U.S. city to ban police from stopping drivers for low-level traffic violations. AMC movie theaters announced that they'll add captions to screens at 240 locations. And then December good news is Canada banned conversion therapy. Bobby
Wow.
Bostic, who was sentenced to 241 years in prison at just 16, was granted parole and will be released in December 2022.
Wow.
And the FDA will permanently allow abortion pills to be delivered by mail.
Wow.
And then it ends with, you made it through the year. That's great news.
Wow. You see, Patty with the fatty? How can it be useless when so much good news happened in 2021? What was your favorite part, Brandon?
I like the Keystone pipeline that they stopped.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You know
That
what's
was cool.
crazy is I feel like that's something we had heard even since we were like in middle school too, like the whole fight between it, like pipelines and just like where they should and shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because they're running through native grounds, right?
Yeah, that's what it's always is. I mean, even from back in the day. I mean, well, everything was native ground, so, so
Yeah.
obviously.
I really liked all the ones that mostly affected me as a woman.
Oh, like the how you don't have.
How like
Which state was it?
Well, I know that one of them was the UK eliminated
yeah.
the tampon tax. So it's a tax on period products, which I'm like, bro, why is them shits expensive?
It reminded me of yesterday when, for addressing a Patty with a Fatty's comment about the glasses,
Mhm.
me and my sister were talking about how, because me and my sister don't actually wear glasses, like ever. And my sister was saying that it's crazy now wearing glasses because there's always like the side part and like these parts, and you're always kind of like aware of seeing them, and how like people just get used to it. And I was talking with my sister how like it's crazy how you have to pay to see though. Like you would think it'd be a free thing, like it'd just be part of like healthcare or something. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally were born with the inability to see clear, and you have to pay sometimes. Like I remember because a lot of my friends wear glasses, and some of them say like over $100 to like get new glasses, and it's like, damn, bro. You would think something like that is free, and it relates to the tampon tax.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, I was born this way. Like, you have to pay to live.
Yeah. Well, because I was saying, especially with the whole glasses thing, it's like if I don't pay for them, then like I won't see. Like if I were someone who had to use glasses, like if I can't afford it, then I legit can't see. I
Yeah.
can't drive. I can do like most things. It's just like, bro, like why isn't it free? But, you know.
Brandon, as a true glasses wearer, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks that they a lot of businesses are only businesses because they charge you because you have no other option than to buy from
Mhm.
them.
Really?
Because I think the glasses industry is so expensive because it's like monopolized. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think I don't remember, but there's like a cool video about it. But where I think one company is like responsible or something like I don't know. Patrick said, I can't see it.
It says I'm retracting all my sponsors, comments, and partnerships with the Primos Chidos. Damn. Wait, why? What did I say? Capitalist SMH. What does that even? What do you
Is it 'cause
mean?
we bought glasses?
You didn't have to call me out like that. Capitalist SMH. Guess you guys are capitalist pigs.
For what? For like talking about
I'm
glasses?
just reading the comment. What do you?
But it was ironic that Brandon was like, I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Like, wow, you see, the problems affect us so personally, bro. Even right here in the studio as we're speaking. But getting back to what you were showing us today about the good news. Wow, talk about irony. Talking about the good news on the Good News radio station.
Hey,
Um,
shout out.
Honestly, I feel like beyond all the good news,
Mhm.
it's nice to hear like a change of pace beyond like going on to the news and all the news ever is bad news.
Yeah.
Especially with the Omicron, and everybody's getting like COVID. Like I know a lot of personal people who have gotten COVID, like just within
Gotta
last few
get your
weeks.
booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get boosted.
The Primos Chidos are having an event today. We're all gonna go get our booster today.
We're gonna get boosted.
We're gonna be holding hands while we're doing it, and kneeling too.
We're gonna get a patch.
Yeah, we're gonna get a software update with the fucking booster.
But it's cool. I feel like it was nice reading that, especially the other part. So this is from an Instagram post, and it's called so.informed, and I like what they said on their like bio. It says, when we're more informed, we're more willing to take action. And so it has like a whole bunch of posts of like things, and one of the ones that I liked is called The Importance of Unlearning.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like it kind of reminded me of like how I feel like the other part that this year has taught me is like keeping an open mind on a lot of things. Like, and kind of unlearning the parts that we were taught as a young age. And that goes with the whole keeping an open mind. So I guess in a little way, like going into this new year, like going a little more with an open mind, and like, I don't know.
I mean, what's something that you had to unteach yourself this year?
Unteach myself?
Yeah.
I feel like I used to have the very like this weird grudge of like like our history of what happened, of like when we were colonized and all that stuff. So I feel like I kind of had to unlearn all of that stuff and have more of an open mind of like not being so judgmental
I
of
get
like
you.
certain things and like things that have happened. I always used to say like I'm mad for my ancestors,
Yeah.
but I guess kind of just unlearning that, and like how I said, like keeping an open mind about it.
Mhm.
Which you saw like
Mhm.
It kind of changed.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's nothing too personal, but basically my sister is just saying that uh, when she was younger, she was very much like had like a grudge against obviously like the white audience.
Mhm.
But my sister made white friends this year, and so her heart has grown 3 sizes. And
Bruh.
she's very much more welcomed, and she's like, "Wow, I get it now."
I guess they're cool, I guess.
Hopefully, they're listening in on the podcast, and they're like, "Wow, all right."
No, yeah. I feel like it was well because I told Stevie that it was more of like I never grew around around them.
Mhm.
I was mostly just surrounded by like
Latinos,
Latinos
Latinas,
and
yeah,
that's about
Latinx.
it. Like I was mostly just surrounded by Latinos. And I kind of grew up seeing them as like they would never intertwine themselves with us,
Yeah,
or like they were always they had like this it did feel like they had this power of like, you know, they looked nicer, you know, people always talked about how um like in Spanish they're like, oh, los güeritos se ven like they look cuter than like if you have like tanner and darker
I get
skin.
you. Like the European features, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like those things, right? And so not until college that I started meeting more white people. And yeah, and then I had roommates. They were cool. I mean, they would sometimes act. I felt like sometimes they would act weird with me, but they were cool. And then my brother finally was just like, "Bro, you need to get out of that mindset."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's because I don't know. There was just something about them that kind of scared me or like intimidated me about
Yeah.
them."
No, I mean valid.
And most of it was just because I didn't grow around them, and then most of it was when I started learning our history, and I was like,
Mm.
wow, they really did this to us.
No, yeah, I get
And
you.
then yeah, eventually I was just like, all right, I need to get myself out of it. Like I need to stop being like so judgmental.
Mhm.
And I did, and then yeah.
You see, we're
Mm.
solving racism in the world one person at a time. It's like what we talked
Bruh.
about last week. The change comes from within.
Bruh. But yeah, you know, we out here changing. We're out here making big things.
How about you, Brandon? Was there anything that you unlearned in 2021?
Not that I can think of.
Really? Was there anything that you did learn then?
I learned how to make a podcast.
You learned how to make a
Okay.
podcast. Okay, what did you get? What was the lesson you got from the podcast? Really, man? Like the 2021 is literally tomorrow. There's no reflection, nothing you feel like hit you differently to you. It was just like another year.
I'm sure there is. I just can't think of it at the moment.
What
I
about
get
you,
you.
sir? What do
Um,
you feel like you unlearned?
I feel like I'm more learning. I feel like I learned more of how I really want to get into reading more books, because I remember when I was younger, I took a lot of pride in like excelling at education, and now with that being gone, having graduated earlier this year, I kind of like I want to like somehow extend like my brain. Like I want to do things that'll make me feel more educated, that'll teach me to speak better, use like better language, describe things better. And I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know where to go for that. I was like, go to the library or something. Like no, I didn't know. And I had this like revelation that like, you know what? I think where it comes from now that I don't have school is I need to read, and I don't, and not just like read like fiction. I think I want to read like very not like too technical, but like very easy to read philosophy books. I have 4 books in mind that I already have in my cart. I'm just kind of like I want to put the delivery to them for them to come to the house, and for some reason something's stopping me. But I think I just need to push myself, and then once that happens, I'll read, and I feel like I'll finally connect with my old self of like of wanting to kind of just become more educated, just become just feel better about myself because I'm learning things that I didn't know. I've just always liked education. I mean, I always told my mom, that was one thing me and my mom always shared, is that we always liked school. And like that's weird. Yeah, that's weird because obviously there's a lot of fucked up things that come to school, but I just always
Yeah.
liked it. I just liked attending, and I mean, you know, like I would get sick, I would still go. I just like the idea of it's like I feel it, like I literally feel it in my brain as if like my brain's eating. And there's these I finally got like a TikTok that was like easy to read, under 200 page books, and then I was like, that's perfect. Like, cause I don't think I can deep dive. I don't think I can read like Lord of the Rings or anything like fucking like 600 pages,
Mhm.
and like I don't think I can read that. Like, I don't think I'm ready for that. But like a under 200 like page book about philosophy. One of them is about death, and I was like, I've lately when I was younger I had like existential crisis, but lately I haven't had that, and I feel and I saw somebody say that it doesn't really go into the religion aspect of it more. It goes more into like the philosophical aspect of death.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? Sure, sure. That's so. My 2021 taught me that there's a lot of work to be done with myself,
Mhm.
and this next 2022 year, I'm gonna really try and kind of do things that make me happy, and I'm gonna try to mainly like not necessarily go solo because obviously I have you guys and then I have my friends.
Yeah.
But I just mean like I want to do more things where I know that I'm the only one who kind of finds that interesting. So I might as well just go by myself. Like it is no harm in finding the comfort of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, that was what 2021 taught me. And speaking of which, since my sister thought about the good news of 2021, I'm not going to talk about the bad news, but I'm going to talk about exciting news. I'm going to
Okay.
talk about technological advancements that we've had uh, recently because Brandon was telling me about how like since turning 2022, it's such like a futuristic sounding year.
Mhm.
And I agree, it sounds very futuristic. So because of that, there's three technological advancements that if you haven't heard, I'm going to put in the spotlight right now. One of them is, did you guys know that Tesla is making their own phone called the Model Pi? And right now, the what Elon Musk described it as is that what it's going to be able to do is it's going to be connected to the Tesla satellite in orbit, and because of that, it'll have like basically like extreme levels of speed. I think it's at like 400 megabytes a second, which is like fiber Wi-Fi. If you guys don't know who fiber Wi-Fi is, it's like basically the fastest Wi-Fi you can get. But that's gonna be the data. Like, so anywhere you are in the world, you can basically use it and you have high speed internet. It's supposed to have solar charging, so you could charge it in the sun. Yeah, like they made a whole commercial for it. It's not like like they're gonna do this. Like it's not something that's like mainly a concept. That's what they're trying to do. Um, I think Elon Musk said that the main reason why they're doing it is because they want people to be able to use the phone both on Earth and on Mars when eventually people move to Mars. So that's why it's like so high tech. Who knows if it'll happen? But that's the first, like technological advancement that I wanted to bring to you guys. Second one is some woman. I wish I had her name. I'm gonna, next episode I'm gonna give her a shout out because I think it's important to mention that she's a woman. She invented a version of male birth control where it's basically like a hot tub for your balls. Like you put your balls in the water. There's even like a commercial for it too. So there's already like a way you can see it. You put it in there, and I think it's like 15 seconds. You leave it in there, and it tells you like you're good to go, and it'll be a male birth control. Like there's a whole commercial for it too. And then the final one that I wanted to bring up is some guy in. Damn, I should have really written these down. Um, forgot where, but it's I think it's in Africa. Some guy invented a third arm like Dr. Octopus, and he's moving it with just his brain with like the sensors, the neuron sensors in your head. And there's a video of it. It's not like a concept either. There's a video of him sitting down. He has it on. He puts on the like little headpiece, and he grabs a carton of milk, just thinking about it, and he hands it to his other hand. And then to prove that it's like real, he put it on like one of like his assistants, which is like a woman, and she put it on right away, and she was able to do it too. She just thought about it. She grabbed the milk cart with a robotic arm, and she put it in her arm. Look up the video. It's true. And it's crazy too because people were saying in the comments that they have such like a limited like resources there anyways, and for him to be able to pull that off, think about if he had the funding to do something like that. Like, think about how much of that in our lifetime could just explode. Like, bro, what if I showed up to the studio one day and I just had like 4 extra arms, and
What would I
oh, you guys
call it?
need setup, and then I just like it all does it for me.
What would it be called? I just put robotic arm, bro.
Put up robotic arm Africa. Yeah, it's the first video right there. They're Kenyans. Okay, they're from Kenya.
It's a God-given talent. So whenever we
Can they
see
hear
a
it?
Yeah, I think
problem,
so.
we try
You
to
can fast
solve it
forward.
in the society.
System under self-testing. Testing the chest interface devices. 1. Phone call connections. Check.
1 million people living without an arm.
Oh, look, it's
or
right
a
there.
leg.
It's right there.
In aiding their mobility, in aiding their day-to-day activities.
This saw them come up with this prosthetic.
So
arm
it's for
that
people
receives
mainly with
commands from the
disabilities. It's not
brain
really, I
just
guess, if you have both of your functioning arms, it's not really meant for you. But
The
he's saying
arm
that,
we have is a prosthetic
look at that.
which
I know those of you at home or listening on the radio can't see, but just look up on YouTube, 2 gifted Kenyans make robotic arms for persons with disabilities. That's the name of the
So
video.
the way you think, it will act according to it. If you think to lift your hand, it will lift the hand. If you think to
Brandon, what do you think about this? Because you're very much an old school guy of like when it comes to tech.
I like this. Like I like when it helps people. So this is
Mm.
cool. I probably wouldn't get it for fun, but I think it's really cool that it helps people.
Do you guys think that technology is advancing a lot faster than like humans are? Like for us to understand how to use technology and everything?
I feel like it's been that way though since like the birth of the internet. Because there's a lot of things you could do with the computer and the internet that the average population like doesn't use. Like mainly because they don't know how to use, and they're kind of like, why would I ever use that? You know? I mean, the way computers are so expensive right now because you could do literally anything with them, but most people are just gonna surf the internet.
Yeah.
Most people aren't gonna use like all the functions that are there. Like
Mm.
you could do Excel sheets. I mean, everything's digital, so I think it already is. It's already way past like our ability to use it. I mean, Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Say again the question. You said do I think it's faster than
Yeah, do you think that technology is advancing a lot faster than humans are?
Elon Musk says so. That's why he's doing the Neuralink so he can keep up. I think eventually it's gonna be too fast. But I mean, I don't know. I trust the people who are hard at work, much smarter than I am.
Because the only
what did
reason,
you-
because I was like,
yeah.
the only reason I say that is because I know we've always talked about how technology is advancing, and like, you know, there's just other things about like how there's like digital currency now and how like that's advancing. And in my head, I'm like, I feel like everything's advancing, but humans, like, we still don't understand
I
how to
get you.
sometimes work a phone, like, or we sometimes don't even know how to work a laptop or something. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel like everything is moving, but like some of us are still like behind on it.
Well, it's also because like when we were born, the tech wasn't there, so we didn't grow up with it. But like somebody like our nephew, who's like he's growing up with like this tech already, he's gonna know about it since the day he was like 3 years old. So to him, it's gonna be like, oh, the world's always been this way. Like I've always known how to use a phone. I've always known how to do it, and he's probably gonna know how to do more things with his phone than us. I mean, the way how we show our parents like how to use an iPhone is gonna be the same way. Our little nephew in like maybe like 15 years, he's gonna come up to us and be like, oh, you're not using the Apple, I don't know, the fucking like Apple rolling shoe. Be like, what's the Apple rolling shoe? And it's like, I don't know, you can walk on walls or some shit and be like, huh? Like, you kids are just doing some shit like this. It's gonna be the same way. So I don't know about like, I don't know how big the gap is. I think we're still gonna not need like the Neuralink for maybe, I don't know, like 100 years. I still think that. I
You
mean, I
think
don't.
so?
Yeah, I don't think the Neuralink is anything we need like ASAP. But then again, people always talk about how I think right now, what is it? We're closer. We're the same. The way that people in like the 2000s treated the 1970s, I think is right now how it is by the year it's gonna be 2050. And I remember somebody in the comments said like that's different though. In the 1970s compared to the year 2000, there's such a huge technological jump. And I was like, oh, you know what? No, you know what it is? I missaid it. 2021, the year we're at right now, how the year 2000 was 20 years ago. How like in the year 2000, obviously that was to the 80s, and everybody was saying like, oh, that's different because like the technological jump is like way bigger. While in 2000 to 2021, it's like not that big of a gap. Like the tech is still the same, and I disagree. I feel like if you think of the year 2000, no way. Like it was a completely different time. Fucking smartphones weren't even like made yet.
Yeah.
So I think by the year 2030, I don't know. Maybe you might be right. Maybe there might be some crazy shit that I'll be like, bro, did you get the patch on your Neuralink? Because I couldn't understand it until I updated, and then I was like, oh, I get it. Like I was trying to do like quantum mechanics, bro, and I didn't get it, and then I got the update, and I was like, oh shit, like I get it now. And I built my homemade like vegan solar paneled like thing that powers my house. Like imagine if everybody like got Neuralink and they suddenly were like as smart as like the smartest person on earth right now. And like you come over to my house and I'm building some shit in my backyard, like using tools, and I'm like, oh, I'm building like a solar panel so it can like water my garden for like a year. And it's like, would that make you want to get the Neuralink? Not even then. If I'm like doing some crazy shit,
I feel like it's cheating.
it's like steroids.
Yeah.
There's no honor in the game anymore.
Wow. The grind.
What if I'm fixing up like a car, bro? Like I'm like going to work. Like you pull up to my house and I'm literally building a car like from scratch. Like out of scrap metal I got from like the junkyard. And I'm like, bro, this shit's gonna be sick, trust.
Are you doing that or is the Neuralink doing that?
I mean, well, I'm controlling the Neuralink to make me
sure?
do that.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
And then I'm like,
Say so.
bro, say hi to my dog. And I made like a robot dog.
Like Goddard?
Yeah, like Goddard from Jimmy Neutron. I'm like, I named him Astro. I was like, bro, he's got feelings. At least I think he does. I might need to wait for the update, like to like fix his algorithm. That wouldn't make you want to get the Neuralink?
He's like, it's a no for me, bro.
What if I'm like, bro, if you had the Neuralink, think about both our brains combined together.
The more amazing the Neuralink gets, the less I want it.
Wow. So you're just gonna. What if Go ahead. No, you good.
No, I'm like I'm trying to understand the Neuralink. So is it kind of like an AI inside
It
our
doesn't
head?
do that.
No, it doesn't do that. I'm just making
What-
like fantasy.
He did a thing right now where it's like they put it in a pig's head and they could track the pig's movements, and so they're hoping that by doing tracking the pig's movements before it kind of does them, they can use that for prosthetics. So like he was saying that like, well, if you can track what the brain wants to do before it actually does it, that's really helpful for prosthetics, because like what the guy just did. So like let's say he puts it in somebody who has a disabled or doesn't have an arm, they can have a prosthetic and the prosthetic can quickly, real time do that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So if you lose your arm, you get a cybernetic arm, and it'll feel as real and act in real time as like a human arm. That's basically that's where it is right now. But I'm just saying, like in a fantasy world, like me and Brandon are like in our 50s, and like, and I'm like, bro.
No, there's some things in there that I think he talks about where it's like they hope it can help like Alzheimer's, because like it could store memory eventually or something like that.
You see, but you don't want to.
What if
you're still not for it though?
What if we were?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Like I'm not against it. Like don't do it. Like I don't care. It's just I don't want it.
What if like we were camping, bro, and like the fire went out, and I'm like, don't worry, bro, and then like I close my eyes for a second, and then I open them, and I have like flashlights for eyes, and I'm like, bro, look, I can see everything now.
I'd be like, I wish when you weren't a robot.
I'm like, bro, I'm still the same guy. It's like, it's cool, bro. Like, look, and then like there's like a cliff, and I start climbing it with my robot arm, and I'm like, bro, look.
I'd be like, you're just a robot, bro. There's no human in there.
Wow.
The real Steve is gone.
Damn, that would break my heart, honestly. I'd be like,
what heart? What heart?
damn, my own sister. I would regret it then.
I'd be like, you're not my brother. Give me back my brother.
I would regret it there. I'd be like, fuck, did I go too far? As like I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, half of my face has that cyborg.
You have
like,
the Terminator. And it looks all puppety.
Like, it does the little click clack when I blink.
And then on your human face, one tear comes down. 'Cause you're like, what did I do to
but not my
myself?
robot face. But so Judy, you wouldn't get the Neuralink?
I don't know. Why would I need it?
I wouldn't get it recreationally, but like if it's gonna help me out.
Are you saying I would only get the Neuralink recreationally, bro? What if I had like I don't know, like I had a broken, like I
If
fucked
you-
up my
no,
arm or
if you gotta-
something.
yeah, I don't care. I like if it's to help you. Like if you're like, oh, like I fucked up my arm, or I can't really remember shit sometimes. Like, yeah, go for it.
You know what's
But
weird?
if you're just like, oh, I'm gonna like build a car, like I feel like you're cheating.
What if would you be mad if I went back to school and I got like a PhD?
I bet it doesn't count. Asterisk.
Wow.
Asterisk.
Okay.
Asterisk.
I'll remember this, bro. I'll
Okay,
remember
okay.
this.
Well, how would you feel if I could bench like 405, but I was on roids? You'd
You-
be like, okay,
Okay, but then
impressive, but like,
what if I'm like humble about it? I'm like, no, I know it's the neural link in me, but like,
I mean,
Mm.
I wouldn't like discriminate against you. I'd just be like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like we're sleeping. What about the male birth control? Would you use the male birth control? Put your balls in a sauna. Do you want to see the picture of what it looks
Balls
like?
in the
It's like the testacuzzi, right?
Yeah, you've heard about it?
Yeah.
You see, Patty with Fatty said, "I'm on Brandon's side." Damn.
Thanks,
Mm.
Patrick. Nice.
Patrick told me that he would do steroids, so I'm calling him out right now. He said that
Wow.
if it got him his dream body, he would do steroids. Nah, he never said that. Okay,
said-
I'll get that off the record.
They
He
said,
never said
they
that.
said if it was free, you know, like.
No, Patrick said even if it was free, he wouldn't do steroids. And then I was like,
You don't believe
because we told him also like, what if the steroids had no side effects and like no type of like anything bad? It's
But-
basically just like muscles.
But
You get your
there-
dream body.
There is a side effect. It's always you lose your integrity.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying the Neuralink is basically steroids, or is it too soon?
I don't know what it can do, honestly. I don't think I like again, if it's helping people or if you just want it for like I honestly don't care. I don't care. It's just if they're like, do you want it? I'm like, I'm good.
I feel like celebrities, if it becomes that accessible, celebrities for sure are gonna have some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like Travis Scott, I bet you he's gonna have like robotic arms and shit.
I'm gonna be like, y'all are cheating.
Y'all are cheating.
Cheating.
Do you think we should have like an Olympic? Like, do you think it would be outlawed in the Olympics? The
I
Neuralink?
remember Joe Rogan talked about it actually. I think
Really?
he had some guy as a dude on like as a guest, and he
Yeah.
was saying like, bro, can you imagine robot UFC in the future? And he was like, I don't think that'll ever be a thing. And
Really?
he's like, because there's no stakes. Like, there's no like, it's just a fucking robot. Like,
It's programmed.
it's programmed to fight. Like people die in the ring. Like it's there's you know what I mean. There's
Yeah.
stakes and there's limits and there's stuff like that. And I'm like, I fuck with that.
Well, I always think about like when I watch the Olympics, like when we're watching Usain Bolt, like the highlights from him. I always think like it's crazy that he's the fastest man in the world in history, right? As far as we know. And I wonder what this guy would be like if he did roids though. Like, yeah, like I really do want to see like the absolute with like supplements with like steroids and stuff. I want to see like the absolute peak
That's
of
fair.
like human body.
I think if somebody did it on steroids, somebody would do it like regular.
You think
what
so?
is it? Don't they always say that about the pole vault where the guy jumped over backwards?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Now everybody does it like that. It's because it proved that it could be done. So now everybody, or like I remember they said the 5-minute mile was like impossible back in the day, and then some dude did it, and then like everyone did it. You know what I mean?
It's like it reminds me of how some people don't like acknowledge that Steph Curry changed like the NBA. How like
Now everybody's a 3-point shooter.
yeah, now everybody's a 3-point shooter. Now everybody needs to know how to shoot a 3-pointer.
I hope that thing doesn't fry your nuts.
I looked it up,
Oh yeah, there it is.
and then it was made by what is it, Rebecca West?
Oh, there you go. Shout out to Rebecca West, an industry design graduate from the University of Munich. Won
How
the
do-
top prize at German's James
How
Dyson
do-
Awards.
How does it work? Does it
It's
say-
ultrasound, so it uses like I guess
So
like
it just-
vibrations
it
and
fr-
shit.
It fries the
Uh,
tadpoles.
It says.
look, it says the device uses ultrasound deep heat to cause sperm mobility in the testicles to be modified and temporarily cease. So it's somehow like
Says-
I guess the like sound. Yeah, go ahead, Jun.
It says it means the female egg cannot be fertilized by sperm during sex. Okay, I thought I was gonna say more. Never mind.
Users simply need to use the device every few months for the contraception to take effect. So it's more of like even though it's hot, it's kind of like freezing your sperm where they are in your balls.
You trust that, bro?
It's
You
an
trust Big
ultrasonic
Pharma?
bath.
You know what's weird, Julie? Thoughts on this because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And I saw this a lot in the comments. People were saying like a lot of men were afraid of it because they're like they don't know the side effects and they're scared of like what's gonna happen. And a lot of the women were saying that like female contraception is literally the same way. Like there's so many side effects and so many bad things.
Look, it said,
But do you?
West said she came up with the idea after being diagnosed with cursory cervical cancer. She had been taking the oral contraceptive pill, which can give women who have taken it for a prolonged period a slightly higher chance of having cervical cancer. You see,
Damn.
like
She
that's the thing. That's the thing about like a lot of like the contraceptions is that like for especially for a lot of women and like and I've only heard like I guess like stories from my friends because I've never been on any what's it called, birth control, because I've always been scared about like the side effects. I had a friend who actually had to go on birth control because she had anemia,
Mhm.
right? She was anemic.
Anemia?
I think like the blood.
Yeah.
And so she had to use it. And I remember she like read to me like all the side effects and like it was like loss of hair and like of course your hormones are like everywhere and then you can sometimes bleed for a prolong of time. So there's like so many side effects. And I know like from my friends there's always like a lot of them affect them more of like emotionally, so that's why like a lot of women like turn very like emotional or just they're just sometimes very angry or like they're sad or like whatever. And I know like bleeding, especially like for periods, some people bleed for a whole month long when on average it's only supposed to be like 5 to 7 days.
Damn.
And some people who are on it or even some people who get off it, it still affects them after. And so it's just like I don't know. I have always thought about how they always say like they're giving women all these birth controls, but the ones who actually make everything and do everything are men, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're kind of going at the wrong side of like
What is it they say? They say women
um,
can only get pregnant like once a month, and dudes can have a child like
every
every day.
for
every
their
day.
entire life.
Yeah,
after they hit
and
puberty.
yeah. Well, because yeah, like once a woman gets pregnant, it's kind of like it, they can't have like another one after that. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's just one baby at a time, bro.
No, you see, okay, but this is what I wanted to talk about because it's a little bit of a controversy. Because I was like, the women were saying in the comments, and that's valid. But do you think that it's like an eye for an eye? Like, do you think that just because of that, like, men should also just like fuck it, just
Go
take this
through?
one and
Oh.
just like accept that there's gonna be side effects? Because I get it. No, I get it. Like everything you're saying is valid. But like as a male, I'm kind of like. I'm like, really?
I think,
but like, is that fair?
I think the dude thing of it is like, if it's something goes wrong, that's it. It's game, like perma game. You know, you're.
But it's the same thing for women.
No, I agree. But it's kind of, you know what I mean?
It's like our me and Brandon's male
But
brains
it's
are like,
it's your pride.
It's the
your
one
pride.
thing. It's the
your
one
male
thing
pride.
that's like.
it's not male pride.
Yeah, I disagree.
It's not male pride.
Then what is it? Then what
It's
is it?
well, it's that they're obviously like if there's side effects to it, like we don't want to take it, and it's not, and it's like like women are valid to be like, it sucks that like there's women birth control and there's a bunch of side effects and women still take it, and like I get that, but I don't know about like an eye for an eye. Like I don't know if just because women have to face that, men should too. Like if it was the other way around, if it for a long time, for hundreds of years, it was like men birth control and then they made women birth control, and men were like women should just take the birth control even though there's side effects because men have taken it with side effects for 100 years. I would still have the same opinion of like, I don't know, I don't think that's fair. I think we're advanced enough to where like we should only really use it if it's like foolproof, and then like if it's foolproof, then go ahead, you can get rid of all the female contraceptives anyways, because like you said, they're all piece of shit because they give you a bunch of side effects.
I guarantee you,
Abortion
if there was a birth control that was foolproof for dudes, just 100% safe, worked every time, there would not be a single dude on the planet who's not on that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you just shouldn't have birth control.
You think we shouldn't have birth control at all?
Wait to get married.
No, abortion should just be free, bro.
But
you don't think so? No.
You said it, bruh.
But wait
a second.
So-
Let's back up a second.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Well, then,
Is,
well, then, because
is
it's kind of
abortion
like.
not free if you go to Planned Parenthood?
Well, I mean, in some places you can't even get an abortion.
Yeah,
But
that's
like
true,
in the
it's a shame.
places that you can't get an abortion, I think getting like the first, like the earliest one, the abortion pill of like where you're already pregnant, I think it's like $600, dude.
Is it actually?
Yeah, I think it's like $600. Because obviously, like when I was just like a teenager, I was just curious about it, and I think I looked it up. But that was a long time ago.
The plan B, I think the plan B, which is only like one pill in like the giant box, I think it's $50.
Yeah.
If you haven't, if you
Unless you have a
insurance-
Costco
I
membership.
thought Planned Parenthood gave it free, or like you
I
get
think
one
they
free.
do. They provide something for you.
Yeah.
I think it's if
Um,
it depends on your income. Yeah.
Because I know at some places, like at school, they had one and it was just like $25.
Birth control should
So
be free, bro.
Birth control should be free too. It's just one of those
What do
things.
they say? Small government everywhere except when it comes to women.
I get you. I get you. Well, because we were talking about me and Brian were. Drew, this proves that we don't have the male pride.
On our own, we were talking about how we were crying about women's problems.
Yeah,
we
I was like, bro, women have it so hard. We were literally talking about this, like on our own, just me and Brandon, like guy to guy. When we went to go watch a movie recently, we were talking about it. No cameras,
And
so nobody.
What was it about? What was it about?
We were talking about how it sucks that like women are still seen as property by a lot of guys subconsciously, and a lot of guys won't acknowledge it, even though it's true. And because since we were going to movies, we were talking about like Black Widow and a bunch of other movies that are female led. And a lot of time guys will give criticism that is invalid. It's literally just them being sexist. And like even that alone, saying that would a bunch of guys would be like, nah, you guys are being such fucking simps.
Betas.
Yeah. And it's like, no, bro, like you're literally like seeing them as second class people.
Yeah.
Like, and it's because bro, it literally sounds like I'm making this up, but I was saying it's because of the patriarchy. Like we were raised subconsciously to see women as property. Still,
the Primos Chidos support women.
Still,
Well, I mean,
to this day.
I mean, a lot of things were kind of catered to that. I always think about when I learned in my women's gender studies about marriage and how it used to be like illegit is that your father is giving his property or his like daughter away to another man, which is now his property. That's what the whole ceremony was about. It's legit how it was originated. Like the reason your dad's giving you away is legit because he's giving you away to another man for him to not be like your property. And I remember I thought that shit was crazy when I first found that out. I'm like,
did it put you against marriage?
Yeah.
Were you?
It did, really.
It did.
And is that still that way right now?
I have different opinions on marriages now, but
at the time it really opened your eyes.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Or what's that? On TikTok, a lot of dudes, like a woman will make a joke like back at a dudes, and like the dudes will get so butthurt. It's hilarious.
Yeah, like I think it was a woman. She put a video and she's like, some of y'all need the masculine urge to hit the gym, and like everybody in the comments, a bunch of dudes mad, like blah 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 blah. But like it's pretty common to see like males make like make jokes at like fat women's expense.
Yeah, Lizzo and stuff like
and
that.
And it's like, and then they're like, they tell women like, hey, like just take a joke, or like it's just a joke. And that one, the masculine urge that some of y'all need to go to gym, obviously a joke, like obviously a joke.
Yeah.
And like, but guys can't take it. They're like, and like it just like pisses me off because like I feel like guys who are like the most misogynist are like just annoying. Like they're stupid, like annoying. Like even when you meet them in person, like a lot of them are like, women ain't shit, or like women will only do you dirty, women only want money, or like
because you don't know actual women,
or women on only want guys who are tall. Shit like that to me is like is stupid, sexist, and also like just annoying, bro. It's like bro, like shut up. Like you know how I was saying like focus on myself for like 2022. I was just thinking like, why do guys put so much like of their like eggs in women? Like in terms of like, why do they like feel as though like their problems are gonna go away if they get a girl, or like if life will be so much better if they have like a girl? And it's like, bro, like focus on yourself, and like because it's really not that serious. Like I feel like people who are like misogynistic, sexist, like a lot of them don't know, they're not self-aware. And like I actually feel like a lot of people are like most people are like sexist and misogynist, but like it sucks when people are so like aggressively like, I'm not, this is just facts. Like women
Yeah.
are just bitches, and like and
Yeah.
and they do us dirty, and it's
Yeah.
like they speak that as if it's true, and like it's annoying, bro. Like
agree.
it's just like
they hold a big grudge about it.
yeah, like what the fuck happened to you? Like what woman did this to you? Like did you really hurt that much by a whole gender?
See, you gotta unlearn this, bro.
It shows you how fragile masculinity is for some guys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's weird how like it's blowing up recently. Like the whole betas, alphas. Like it's weird how that
I
like
remember-
those terms are
I
blowing
remember,
up.
I
Right now.
remember when it was ironic, and now it's like people believe that shit.
Yeah, that there is betas and alphas.
Yeah.
Right now, they probably take a clip of us and be like
Beta.
beta Steve and beta Brandon.
They put us as the crying the crying thing, and then themselves as the Chad.
or you know what? Or they do that, and in the comments are like, "I hope she sees this, bro." But yeah, me and Brian were having that conversation.
Are you
with no
proud-
cameras
Are you
around.
proud of us?
Are you proud of us?
I guess
Yeah.
I am. I guess I can hang out with you guys.
Well, how did we even get into that? I remember it was right when we were passing by. Oh shit! I was about to give away a location, but it was right when we were
We
by
were talking about something.
this supermarket, and
This
we were talking about it. We were talking about it, and we were
I
just
think-
saying.
I think I was talking about like there's like this video of like these two guys debating abortion, and it's very clear that like the argument against it doesn't make any sense, at least by what the logic they're using. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, the way I think of it is kind of like when it comes to COVID and all the COVID death, it's like that's only like 1.5% of the population. Like, who cares? But then it's like, oh, this unborn child, every life matters. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
I get you.
It's very.
it's like,
controversial.
it's like you don't actually care. You just want to control women, bro. Just say
Mhm.
that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Well,
Well,
it's the same thing.
No,
like,
you know what? You know what? How we got into it? It was CM Punk, where he wore
Oh yeah.
he wore like
They were in Texas.
he has like ovaries. He had an ovary shirt, and he's like, have them before you try to control them or something like that.
Yeah, it was like something like that. They were having a wrestling event in Texas,
Mhm.
and he showed up to the Texas event with like an basically like because you know how Texas banned like abortion,
Yeah, yeah.
like basically going against it and like that. And we just started talking about how like there was people like in the comments saying like he's a bitch, he's a beta, like can't believe he would do some shit, like
Mhm.
can't believe he would stand for like people's rights.
with AJ Lee in his head.
I know. I was like, AJ is like, bro, like, is it really that hard to like understand that people are human and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you can just support other people and see them as other people? Because I like I said, like since me and Brian are both males, though, we were raised by the patriarchy, and like obviously I probably still have subconscious things that I'm like nah, like what? I'm a human. I'm just being honest.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know what it is. Like I can try and unlearn that, but like the fact that like me and Brandon are like just so like we're aware, but obviously we probably still do things.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about somebody who isn't aware, and they're just like, nah, this is just facts, bro. Like don't talk about that female shit right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
But
hope we.
but
yeah.
I feel like it's how we talked about last time, like in a past episode about like males like health and like awareness. How it's just like it's not being like taught, or it's like it's still being taught, like and how you guys learned it, the like the whole patriarchy and all that stuff. And it's like some of them don't have that because some of them, you know, maybe like just the women in their lives probably have affected them at a very young age.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like, damn, bro. Some men are fucking cruel, bro.
Abortion should be legal. Food should be free. Water should be free. Shelter should be guaranteed.
What about
and
weed?
Healthcare should be all human rights.
What about weed?
I agree. It should be
I
decriminalized.
agree.
I remember this Christmas we had a very American Christmas. A fan. We spent some time with a fan, and we were shooting some beer bottles with a gun.
We spent some time with a fan.
We shot some beer bottles with a gun. And I remember he was saying that he was saying that we have to protect our God-given right to shoot guns and smoke weed. And then I saw on Twitter he liked a post that's like, when people ask me for my political ideology, I'll show them this image, and it's a patch of like, I want my gay neighbors to be able to protect their weed plants with guns, and it's like, okay. And it's like a gay couple with like machine guns and then weed plants.
I
And
can
like,
get
that's
behind,
funny.
I can get behind that.
That's a movement you can get behind.
Yeah.
That's the new party system, bro. That's what we need.
We need a new party system. We
Yeah.
need
Especially after Don't Look Up, bro.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up is basically based on our show.
Don't Look Up
on
is
everything that we say.
It's based on our show.
So Leo, the boy Leonardo DiCaprio, he hit me up and he was like, hey, like, I'm playing you in the new movie.
I'm playing you.
And I wanted to know if you have any advice. And I just told Leo that, like, you just got to be real, bro. Like, you just got to be real. And Leonardo DiCaprio was like, thank you so much.
That's where the cheating storyline
Jennifer-
comes from.
Jennifer Lawrence hit me up, bro, and she was like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna play a character as you." She's like, "I really like your piercing too." I was like, "All right."
Oh,
sure,
yeah,
for
the
sure.
side piece of the shit. Did Jonah Hill hit you up, bro?
No, actually, Timothy Chalamet did.
Oh, okay. Seriously, you guys need to see. For those of you who haven't seen it, go see Don't Look Up. It's pretty accurate to how like people would act.
You know what I've seen a lot though on TikTok is a lot of people. You know the guy who's supposed to be like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. and all that guy? There's like a post, unironic, that was like, "LOL, they're making fun of Joe Biden because he's a billionaire." I was like, "Bruh, how do you miss it that hard? How do you miss it that hard that it's not?"
Bro, I feel like damn it surprisingly was pretty accurate, at least in terms of, you know, which one I was thinking of when Leo says like, I pray to God that she knows what she's doing and that she has us all taken care of. I always think of that because that's literally what we said, like word for word, back when the Trump administration was happening and COVID was hitting, and he was like, that shit, it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
I like
China propaganda.
I like
And I
what,
was like, damn.
what Jennifer Lawrence said.
Which
When
one?
She said they're not smart. They're not smart enough to be as evil as you're giving them credit for.
No, I get you.
And I'm like, I agree.
So maybe we're just stupid.
I've only seen the second half of it, so I haven't seen like how it
People
begins.
say that's the better half of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, because
yeah.
it picks up. It really picks up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just thought it was crazy. I legit was telling Stevie, I was like, I feel like everyone's gonna compare this to like COVID and what happened, and I was like, I feel like it's what it's inspired by.
I think
It's meant for that. Because I feel like, especially, I did start reading like some comments because it came up on like my Twitter feed, and a lot of people were like, oh, like it's how we don't listen to the scientists, but we listen to the ones who like make the money. Like the guy who was making, what was he making? He was making like the tech person. The
how much
techie
was he
guy?
gonna make if the comet hit?
No, he would do like AIs, no? Or what
Yeah,
was it?
he's basically like Apple or Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He has like a
So
tech
that
companies.
stuff, he was like, you would rather listen to the tech companies than the actual scientists.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like what? Like to solve all of this?
Like that part in Don't Look Up when
Hmm.
they're like, then why did the head of NASA say that it wasn't like the shit you're saying about the comet hitting the Earth? How come it isn't real? And it's like the head of NASA said that, and they look him up, and it's like somebody that just like the Madam President appointed, and like has no background in like any of that.
What are they? She's like a lawyer. Like,
Oh yeah, she's a keen. I think she's like.
Oh, she's in.
She's an
the
award.
people
She's
who
a
do
Nobel. She's a Nobel. Nobel.
Anesthesiologist.
Oh yeah, anesthesiologist. Yeah. So literally, like, and it's weird because that's true. Trump did that shit, and I mean, I don't know as much about the Biden administration. I just know that that they keep calling him Sleepy Biden because he keeps falling asleep like everywhere. And I mean, he's on record, on paper, he's the oldest president. Like, think about, bro. Like,
Wasn't he on leave for like something? For like some testing or something?
He got sick and then
yeah, he got sick, and Kamala Harris was president for like a day, right?
no, he went under the knife, like he had surgery or
Oh
something.
yeah.
And Kamala Harris was president for like a few hours.
Oh yeah. Think about that. We by technicality, we technically had our first female president already.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris. How does that feel, Julie?
That shit was crazy. I remember when it was coming out on Twitter.
How does that feel?
As a woman, how do you
For a
feel about
day?
it?
Of course, it was only a day, bro.
We need a woman leader, bro.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? If they're qualified. Not like Madam
This is
President.
it's because this is a man's world, bro.
This is a man.
Well, I mean, and Don't Look Up, it was a woman's president, and the world ended. So, I mean, as long as they're qualified.
It was a white woman though.
Okay, I thought you said you had given up on your grudges.
We need a
kidding.
woman
we need
of
to
color.
backtrack. We need to
and,
backtrack.
Do you think Michelle Obama will run?
Michelle Obama? No.
She
I
said
don't
no.
think so.
She said Obama wasn't gonna let her.
Obama's not gonna let her.
Is that her?
Oh, he makes
Her man?
He makes the rules or what?
I don't know. I
Her
mean,
man
that's
wasn't
what
gonna let
That's
her?
what they
Her
said.
man
That's
wasn't
what they
gonna
all
let
said.
Let's go to, we're nearing the end of the show. So, Brandon, I know you always have some words of inspiration. Do you have any for us as we close the year off? As this is the last episode of 2021.
If you want to make a world the better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Wow. What do I need to change about myself, bro? I'm already perfect.
Take a look at
I'm
you.
already-
What's that guru say? If you have bad breath, your nose is right here, and you won't be able to tell, but everybody in the room can tell.
Mm.
And so he's saying it's easy to spot what's wrong with everybody else, but it's really hard to tell yourself what's wrong with you. So I can't tell you, bro. You got to figure it out for yourself.
I feel that. I saw something similar that was like, I was talking about how people sometimes they feel sick and stuck, and the remedy to it is to run away, is to go away, is to travel, to go some other place. But everywhere you go, your troubles will find you, because you'll never be truly at peace until you look inside you. And it's like, so look within. That's 2022, the year of looking within. The year of 2021 was the year of looking out, because COVID and everything. But as I personally feel, as like COVID's getting better, just because like I feel like deaths are all-time low.
Mhm.
It's time to look in, bro. You're trying to look inside.
Get your booster.
Yeah. Julie, final thoughts
Take
for
care of yourself.
the last episode of 2021.
I guess everyone be safe. Take care of yourself. Be considerate. Be considerate of others. But mainly, take care of yourself, and just be. I mean, I said it before. Just be very open-minded. And deal with what you have to deal with. Like I don't know what the word is, but what I'm trying to say is like confront your things. Like be confrontational about things that are going on. Because it'll be better for you instead of like how you said, like running away from them. It's better to confront things, and I know it's hard. But it'll get better.
Yeah.
2022 is also the year of sponsors.
2020, you guys are a year from now. You guys are gonna be mind blown with what the Primos Chidos look like.
Yeah, because we're gonna have sponsors.
Yeah, we
gotta get sponsored by Chidos because we can have Primos Chidos.
Wow,
Yeah.
even after the Cheeto shortage, bro.
Well, we're gonna help them.
Oh, okay. They'll be flying off the shelves.
We're gonna really show them a shortage now.
All right, guys. Have a good night and Happy New Year.
This is Primo Chino signing off. That's my nickname.
Okay, valid.
Valid. He's
Happy
able
New
to
Year,
say that.
guys.
He's able to say that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. And one more time, for the last episode. I'm gonna do this. Hold on, let me just pause this. Where it at? I'm gonna do so many right now.
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Obama.
Oh my God!
Bye.
We'll see you guys. And then we still have YouTube.
Still have Patrick.
So the radio show.
You want to sing them a song? You want to sing them Everlong again?
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Let's do this for the YouTube extra. You gotta turn it up a little bit because I think it's not as high on YouTube.
Did Patrick leave?
Either way, it'll be for whoever ends up seeing the last part of this video.
All right,
you guys ready?
take it away,
Let's see.
bro.
Let's
Take it
hope
away,
there's
bro.
no- Just remember the lyrics, bro.
I'm
He's ready.
pull him up.
I'm
pull
pulling
him
up.
Oh shit.
You got 5 seconds.
I got it.
2, 1.
All right, go ahead. This is like the tiny concert. You guys need to do the vocals though. Just like-
I'll do the background.
I'll air guitar.
Hello, I've waited for you here ever long. Tonight I throw myself into, and out of the red, out of her head she sang. Come down and waste away with me. Down with me. Slow how you wanted it to be.
Get it, Brandon, get it.
I'm over my head, out of her head she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever be this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I sing when. Am I gonna do the whole thing?
No.
Alright, that's enough.
He was down. He
I
was
know.
down.
I was down,
He was
but
down.
my voice from heaven told me that I can only show.
All right. I'll admit it. I'm no singer.
I'll admit it. I'm no singer. I don't have the voice of an angel, but I still hope you guys have a happy New Year.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That, in my opinion, that was a good cover. Better than the original. One of the few.
Thank you. You know, Elton John hit me up earlier this.
Elton John and
Yeah.
not Dave Grohl.
Me and Grohl aren't speaking right now. But
He's
I-
been a little too growly for you. bro?
I covered this song just to let
That's
them know
right,
that the
that's
love
right.
is still there. But
all
anyways,
is forgiven.
all is forgiven.
Oh, he doesn't
Alright.
like you because you're a fool, bro, and he fights fools.
Exactly. Boom. Ended on that.
Bye, y'all.